Morning with testimony following right after that, and we're expecting the first witness to be Martin Bashir. He is the British journalist behind the documentary Living with Michael Jackson. David, back to you.
Yes, we remember that. Anita Vogel, thanks very much. For more on the opening statements and the jury pool at Michael Jackson's child molestation trial. How many times have we said that phrase? We're joined now by criminal defense attorney Ginny Walia and former prosecutor Stephen Clark. Welcome to you both. You know, if Michael Jackson is found innocent, we repeat this phrase over and over again. Michael Jackson, child molestation. Who knows? But the point is, Ginny, that no matter how this trial ends, it's going to be hard for the public to separate the idea of Michael Jackson from child molestation, isn't it?
Of course, these charges are so egregious that what happens in criminal prosecutions is that the charges alone are enough to make a jury think that they don't like the person, and these charges remain a part of your life for the rest of your life. Something like this never goes away.
And Stephen, his reputation precedes him. I mean, people know, no matter who you are, chances are the jury pool from which they chose knows something about his background and the fact that there have been payoffs, so-called, in the past, right?
Well, that's right, and a lot of these problems are really that of his own making. You know, he was sort of on notice after 1993 that the public wasn't really interested in seeing him sleep with kids in his bed, and to undertake that same conduct again, it's hard to have any sympathy for Michael Jackson, since he really put himself in the situation that he's in today.
Frankly, Stephen, when you get down to it, it's hard to have much sympathy for the parents, isn't it? I mean, you know, would you allow your parent to spend a weekend with Michael Jackson?
Absolutely not, but you have to remember that is a two-edged sword, because what the prosecution is going to say is that pedophiles seek out people like this who come from dysfunctional families, and then that allows them to prey on the kids. You know, you can blame the parent, but really Michael Jackson sleeping with the young boy, that's really what's on trial here. So you can go overboard as a defense attorney or as the prosecutor blaming the parent.
Well, Ginny, we're clearly going to see some of that, right? At least the defense is going to say that the parents are only in it for the money, right?
Yes, sure. Let's talk about the facts of this case. It seems as though we've already declared Michael Jackson guilty. Yes, the mother has been accused of filing charges against JCPenney, where she received a significant settlement of $137,000. A paralegal from that firm came forward and said that she lied, told her son to lie in a deposition. That's very strong evidence. And that if the judge rules that evidence admissible, the fact that she has this prior claim where she got money against JCPenney's, the judge already ruled admissible. Now, whether the paralegal's testimony that she lied for monetary gain and told her son to lie under perjury, it's definitely going to go to the heart of this case.
Stephen, to the left of the picture there, we're seeing now, or to the right, excuse me, that way, we're seeing sort of profiles of the jury pool. How does the jury stack up in terms of whether it's pro-defense or pro-prosecution?
Well, it's pretty hard to say, but what I think is significant is that most of the jurors are parents, which I think for a prosecutor, you want that. You want people that talk to their kids about this situation. You want concerned parents. And Santa Barbara County is actually a very conservative county. There are no African Americans on the panel, which I think is not helpful to Michael Jackson. But in a situation like this, it's hard to get a jury that is sympathetic to child molestation. I mean, just hearing those words is very difficult.
And Ginny,
so with the
I'm sorry, but I got to cut over to Ginny for a second, because she mentioned something in her notes that the Hispanic element is important to note in the jury pool, right?
Yes, the Latinos, they tend to be family-oriented, conservative, and there's the addition of a lot of them tend to be Catholic. These kind of charges are major sins to them under their religion, and something like that could really be working against Michael Jackson.
So, Ginny, you think the defense is unhappy with this jury?
I don't think they're happy about it. One African-American as an alternate is not good enough. That's not a panel of his peers.
Got to leave it at that. Ginny Walia, Stephen Clark, thanks to both of you. Appreciate it. Rich?